So, today I'm working on this stupid General Electric window unit. I'm a bit sick, that's why my voice sounds the way it does. AHP08LXW1. It's from 2018. I haven't even been around that much, though. Spent a lot of its time sitting. So, we've had it in here for the last summer. The stupid circuit board broke. It got to where it just suddenly, one evening, cut off and started beeping. The, filter light suddenly turned red, which I don't remember it being red before, and they were all just, the display was just showing all of its segments. Excuse me. So it was saying 88. And all the lights would just come on. It would beep, they'd all come on, then they'd all go out. It'd beep, they all come on, then it'd go out, over and over. It wouldn't actually do anything else. I mean, if you'd push the power button, it would start the compressor and then cut off again, like a second later. So I saw people, it's apparently this stupid circuit board in here, badly made. It does smell. It smells a bit like burnt circuitry. It is a, and it has Chong capacitors. Right there, I think that says, and, this is the one for, so this connector goes to the main circuit board there. This one here goes to the, Wi-Fi module, which I've already cut the wires off. I don't care about that. We don't need Wi-Fi. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. So, people said you could just cut, like, this brown wire here, and then it would run. It would fix it. But then it just runs non-stop and never stops. What good is that? I mean, it works, but we need it actually to control the temperature of this room, so I had to have a coughing interlude, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna put a real thermostat on it, just like your average thermostat. So I was looking at this, and these wires, they're all labeled on here, actually, or some of them. Got ground, compressor, voltage. I don't know what voltage this is, but I don't care. It's not enough to shock me, see. Anyway, so when these two are sorted out, brown and white, black and white, compressor starts. The orange seems to provide power as well, because the orange, so I think the orange is what we're using for power, because it makes the compressor run as well. The purple is, I think it was the buzzer. You can hear it. So I'm going to start by clipping off that purple because we don't need that. Doing this one handed is next to impossible. Alright. Farewell buzzer. Alright, so one of these wires, or three of these, control the three fan speeds. Blue is one of them, I believe. Sounds like maybe medium. This gray one. Gray is not one, so I think we're going to cut gray off. I don't know what that is, but who cares? Alright. So. Green. I think green is medium and blue is low. And I think yellow is high, if I remember correctly. Yep. So that means that red and purple here have no purpose either. They probably did before, but we don't care about them now. And I don't think the black one has a purpose either, because orange does the same thing. Alright. So, pretty sick. This thing already has a power supply and relays in there. So, all we have to do is hook a thermostat to here. Maybe I'll put it over here on the wall. I don't know. Let me go find one. So there's not really a great place to put a thermostat on here. So we'll make one. I dug all the covering off of this spot here. And look, we have a Wi-Fi module, which looks like something you plug into the computer. I'll Google Lens that later. Anyway, I got the this is your typical like Walmart thermostat. As you can see, when I was like 7 or something, I drew a face on it. Anyway. So this should fit just about right here. Of course, the cover goes here. I'll just cut out a spot in the cover for it. I'm going to... excuse me. I'm going to draw a hole for the wire to go through and then just screw it on. Should be very simple. Okay, so I have now, let's put this cover back on. That did not need to come off. I just pulled off to see what was in there. And now I've got the thermostat installed here with a hole. You'll see where I'm going with the thermostat here in a minute. I think just so this isn't hollow, I'm going to stick, I'll leave it hollow. I'm just going to stick the cover for the old circuit board back on here. Not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, so I put a couple screws back in there. I tried putting one in there, and since the circuit board wasn't in, and I went too far, and, what? I put a little dent in there accidentally, but oh well. Okay, I'm just going to run that wire through that hole and fish it into the thermostat. Okay, so just tuck the wire into there like so. I'm going to put the cover back on and wire up the thermostat. Okay, so, let's see. So we got our thermostat. I'm going to go ahead and hook it up. You'll need to, because I don't know what voltage this runs off. You'll probably need to get one that has batteries. Just keep batteries in it. This one has this specific thermostat has a gas or oil, electric, or heat pump selector. Does not matter. This thing doesn't have heat. That just controls the fan in the heat mode, which this does not have heat. So, I wrote this down. Orange has power. So, that means orange needs to go to the R, or the RC terminal. If there's a jumper between them, it doesn't matter, but technically RC is the cool input, so we'll hook it to that. And then the compressor, this wire signals the compressor, the white wire, so that's going to connect to the Y terminal, because Y is the compressor terminal. Sorry, this is a bit awkward doing this with one hand. Oops, that's the wrong screw. Okay, and did I actually hook that to the Y terminal? It appears as I did. So then we have, the G terminal on here is for the fan. So we have 3 different speeds here to choose from. Yellow is high, blue is low, and green is medium. I'm going to hook it to medium because that's halfway between high and low. Of course, if you wanted to get real elaborate, you could add like a 3-speed switch or something, but don't matter to me. 1 speed is enough. And that speed is going to be medium. Okay, so these other 2 wires, I'm just gonna, let me push this back a little bit. Tuck these other 2 wires back, because they need to stay out of trouble. And I'll just leave them longer so I can hook them back up if I ever want to. And then the thermostat goes on like this. And basically any thermostat will work. Maybe you can find a cool only thermostat, but I don't really care that this one has a heat setting. Okay. Some of them you might have to program a little bit. And there we go, boys. Off. Fan switch should cycle the fan on and off. Which it does not for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. Dang. When I turn it on to cool, it works, so maybe this thermostat is broken. It is an old thermostat. Well, as of right now, I don't really care. I'm just going to send it. The cool works, so that's a start. Okay, and this way, you can just set your temperature, just like any other thermostat, and it will control the temperature, and that's fine. That's all I want. I need to clean the filter and put it back in. I'm going to trim this around the thermostat, make room for it. I mean, of course, the better solution might be just to replace that circuit board, but honestly, I don't care. The circuit board is, if it's just going to break again, I don't have something reliable, and this is reliable, so. Alright, I'm going to get it buttoned up. Well, I'm in it with the Sawzall, and it looks okay. I'm gonna just try a different thermostat on there real quick, just to see, because in my perfect country, it's gonna drive me crazy that fan switch doesn't work. So I had two of this same thermostat. Grab this one. It works. So I guess that's all there is to it, guys. But this way it'll actually turn on and off like it's supposed to, so that's nice. So I thought I'd just make a little section here at the end showing the wiring. So this is the power cord coming from the what was connected to the control panel on the front originally. I just cut off at the control panel. The only important wires coming out of it are going to be the orange, the white, and then the blue, yellow, and green. And then, so you're on a regular thermostat, you need a thermostat that's cool only, or cool and heat. As long as it's not a heat only thermostat, it'll work fine. As long as it has batteries in it, or it's a mechanical one that doesn't need batteries. So anyway, so the only three terminals you need are, you would need, not, if it just has an R terminal, that's okay, but if it has an RH and an RC terminal, you need to look into the RC terminal, unless there's a jumper between them. Anyway, so you need the orange to be connected to RC. The Y from the compressor is going to connect to the Y terminal, and then to G you have a choice. It's the fan relay. You can hook the blue if you want low speed, the yellow if you want high, or the green if you want medium. I hooked green. Here I just drew blue because my green Sharpie is not working. Hold on. And I am feeling a lot better. I don't sound better, but I am feeling better. Let's see. And it is still working just fine, so this is a workable fix, and it's at least reliable. It's really stupid that they made it like this, but the fact that you can retrofit it this easy is pretty cool. And this Wi-Fi module, I've been meaning to, I don't know, I haven't tried plugging it in. I wonder if I should. It looks like you can plug it into your computer. Maybe I shouldn't have been so brutal ripping out this Wi-Fi module. It is, apparently sells for like $75 on eBay. I don't know. Maybe I'll list it for $30 and see if it sells. But anyway, that's all there is to it.